What is going on, guys? My name is 4G. So today I wanted to make a video talking about the problems with exclusivity in Fortnite. Now, I'm going to try not to ramble and go completely off track when it comes to this topic because I just made a 15-minute version of this video and yeah, I went completely off topic and I have to restart now. But now we're already going off track. Let's go back to exclusivity. So exclusivity in Fortnite has its problems, okay? Now, some people like it, some people despise it. There's mixed opinions when it comes to the idea of exclusivity in Fortnite. Now, where I stand, if you watch any of my videos on this channel, is that I think that exclusivity is not something that is very good for the game all the time. I think that there is room for exclusive items, and I've also talked about that in previous videos as well. Any battle pass video I've talked about, I usually bring up the idea of the Kuno skin. That's a skin that you had to obtain from a specific tournament, and it actually took skill in order to obtain. I think things like that are completely fair game when it comes to the idea of it being exclusive for a couple different reasons. One, you actually had to earn it, which makes a big difference. Two, it was just a small promotion thing. It's not this big thing like an entire season where they use all these different battle pass skins in order to advertise the season. It makes it a part of the game itself. It makes it a part of the Fortnite history, I guess you could say. But also, it's just a reskin of an existing skin already, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's just a version of the Kuno skin with indigo all over the clothing. That's really it. It's the same thing, just a recolored version of an original skin that already exists. I don't think it's problematic at all, and I don't have this skin, so I want to make it very clear. I'm not biased that, you know, we're going to pick and choose what's exclusive and what's not based off of what I have. I do not have this particular item, and I think it should stay exclusive to the people who earned it. Now, that being said, this is the problem I do have with exclusivity, is that I don't think it should be completely unobtainable forever. I do believe that they should bring back these tournaments occasionally, maybe not all the time. Sure, there would be a couple more now, because now you're bringing back the tournament, and now there's more opportunities for people to have, but it's still something that you did. You're doing the exact same thing. You're still playing in the exact same tournament, assuming that the difficulty in terms of what placement you had to be within the tournament and what platforms are available. Actually, you could even make it harder, and it would be the same thing pretty much. Make it harder by bringing it to all platforms this time. If you were to do it like that, that would make it more difficult because now there's more potential people that could take your spot. So my point is, though, is if they did bring it back, they brought back the opportunity to earn it while maintaining the difficulty of what you had to do back in that time. I think that's how it should be. I don't think you should leave skins in the past to rot, to never bring them back just because they are rare or exclusive or whatever you want to put these arbitrary labels on them. So I do think that things like that should be exclusive, but I do think that they should be obtainable still. I have that opinion for pretty much everything when it comes to actual skins. I think that, for an example, the Galaxy skin, the Ikonik skin, I don't think these skins should have ever expired in the sense of, let's say you got a Galaxy Note 9 that's never redeemed the Galaxy skin before. You somehow got one off of eBay or wherever, I don't know, because I'm sure they don't sell that phone anymore, brand new. It's almost 7 years ago now. If you had that Note 9, you should still be able to log into Fortnite right now and redeem the Galaxy skin. It should still be right there because you fulfilled the exact requirements that were made for that skin. But just because now it's being done a couple years later, now you don't qualify, I don't know. I don't agree with that personally. The big thing is the time frame when it comes to it. And I also going to battle pass. I'm not talking about battle passes too much, of course, in this video.
It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up.
Because I've talked enough about battle passes to the point where it even kind of annoys me to have to edit my videos and just hear me basically reiterate very similar points for a lot of the times, because I have to reiterate because people just say the same stuff over and over again about how things like the season shop is not the same thing as the battle pass. Yes, it is. It is the exact same thing. The season shop is literally the beta or alpha version of the battle pass, and that is why if you look in the patch notes when they added the battle pass for the very first time back in 2017, it literally says remove season shop, replaced by the battle pass. But regardless, I still think when it comes to that, this is a big factor of exclusivity and why people talk about it a lot today. I think when it comes down to it is these skins should not be exclusive because they're the original skins. Now, will they change anything at this point? I have absolutely no idea. I don't know why they would release the Renegade Raider but not the Black Knight, for an example, unless they have some sort of plan to release it years from now and then, you know, just completely release one thing here or there. For an example, they release the Renegade Raider now and then they skip over season 2 and then we'll get the season 3 battle pass. They'll skip over season 4 and then they'll do that, and then once we go in a loop to get back to season 1, they won't release the Renegade Raider then, but then they'll release the Black Knight once we get to season 2. I don't know. They're going to do some sort of weird stuff to make the battle passes even more exclusive than they already are, I guess, so that when they do bring them back, they appear even more valuable than they already appear. I don't know. But either way, the point is, I don't think that these skins should be necessarily considered exclusive because, of course, they are advertised everywhere. They are a big part of the history of Fortnite, and I just think that things like this are so impactful to the game to the point where they're, first of all, they're not rare. That's a big thing. They're not as rare as people make it out to be. Even if you don't see a particular battle pass skin all the time, it's just because not everyone's going to use that particular item from 7 years ago. Doesn't mean that they don't have it. But I think when it comes down to it is there needs to be some sort of way to obtain these skins still. Whether that means a marketplace, which I do think would be probably the best way if they want to keep everybody happy. I mean, maybe not everybody, but it's probably the best way that you're going to get around that. Actually, I don't know. I think just releasing them in OG style would probably be the easiest way to do anything. But another alternative way, if they wanted to go a different route, would be to release a marketplace so that things like this would still be obtainable. The Black Knight, for an example, could be sold for a particular amount of V-Bucks rather than them just being completely gone. That way, older players who did play back then are rewarded for playing in that time, but newer players are still able to purchase the skin, even if it's more expensive if they were to play back in the day. Okay, that is a pretty fair system compared to what it is now, where it's just completely absent. There's no way to get these skins. You're just completely out of luck just because you didn't play in a certain time frame. I think that that is just dumb. That is my biggest problem when it comes to exclusivity, is not the fact that things are exclusive. It's the fact that things are unobtainable. There's a difference between something being exclusive and unobtainable. I've seen comparisons of things like Pokemon cards and how that's exclusive. You want to get a specific Charizard card, right? Yeah, that's not the same thing, because if you really wanted to, you could go on eBay and buy that card. You can't do that here. You can't do that in Fortnite. You're just out of luck. You want the Black Knight? Too bad. Reskin or nothing. I don't think that's the best way to do it, because the reskins don't work for everybody. I think the reskins are the things that should be the exclusive thing, aka in OG style. I don't think the original thing should be the thing that is exclusive. I don't agree with that personally. Something about that just feels so wrong, especially when there's years and years worth of skins that are just completely locked behind a time gate with no way to obtain them anymore. I think that's terrible. I know that's how it is. That's how it was. That's how they advertised it. I think that they made a massive mistake by doing that. I think that from the very beginning, they should have done it so that they basically make the skins timed exclusive like they do nowadays with the new battle passes. I think they should have labeled those skins as that for years now, but they unfortunately did not. So I don't know. Again, though, they can still bring them back if they really wanted to. But really quickly, I want to say one more thing is I'm completely fine with smaller items being completely exclusive. Things like banners or reskin versions of pickaxes or something that's just not as impactful, especially with things like, for example, the Merry Mint Axe. The Merry Mint Axe is literally just a recolored version of the Candy Axe, and the Candy Axe is the original item. It's not like the Merry Mint Axe is the original and the Candy Axe is a reskin. No, it matters. Trust me, it matters. It might sound like it doesn't, but it does matter which one came first, because that, to me, the Candy Axe is what I think of when I think of that kind of pickaxe. I don't think of the Merry Mint Axe. The Merry Mint Axe, to me, feels like an added style. Because, I mean, first of all, the Candy Axe is literally a candy cane. It's the same colors as a candy cane and everything. The Merry Mint Axe is not. The point is, though, that's the exclusive version. Also, you have to go out of your way to go to a GameStop and actually purchase an item. And I remember I went through a whole... that was terrible, because that was back when I was much younger, and I had to walk to GameStop in the freezing cold of December, man. And these people sold all of the codes before I even got there. That actually... eventually I did get one, luckily, but either way, the point is, that's just a reskin of an existing item already. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't care about reskins that much, or banners. Going back to that, I think banners are completely fine, or sprays. Sprays are another thing. Like, for an example, the E-Spray. The E-Spray is absolutely rare. There's 1,000 people who have had this E-Spray, and yeah, that's rare. I do think that that's the only thing that gives this particular spray value. Like, let's be real. There's no value in any of these kinds of things. Sometimes you gotta have these smaller items be given value based off of how exclusive they are. Whereas a skin, it gets its value from being a cool looking skin that people want to actually use because you're going to run around as that character throughout the game. Like, it's just not the same thing. And that's my big problem with exclusivity. To sum it up, it's the fact that things are not obtainable anymore, and I'm okay with exclusivity when it comes to smaller items and reskins, as long as the reskin is the exclusive thing and not the original item. The original item needs to be available, in my personal opinion. If you're going to make anything exclusive, make it the reskin or the style or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And if you guys enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. If you're new here and you like videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.